Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we're solving problem 966, Vowel Spellchecker. This is a medium one that might seem tricky, so next I will show you how to solve this step by step. We need to build a vowel spell checker here. We are given a word list and a list of queries, and we need to return the result for every query. And we have two rules, one regarding capitalization and the other one regarding vowels. So let's say we're given this. Here we have word list and this is queries. We only have one word here and only one query. Here we have blue with lowercase b and here we have uppercase b. Now, regarding this first rule, capitalization. Here we have the exact same word except for this first character. Here we have an uppercase b. In this case, we can change this from uppercase to lowercase. So we have b in lowercase now, and we get a word that we already have in word list. So in this case, we can add to the result blue. And why are we adding this blue and not blue with uppercase? Because words in word list are the source of truth. We are always taking this as our source of truth. So if we have the opposite, if we have uppercase B up here and lowercase b down here, the result is blue with uppercase b. Okay, this is the source of truth. This is very important. Now regarding vowels, if we have BLOE in word list and we have blue as our only query, here the only different character among these two words is this third character. And this is a vowel. And here it says that if we replace this vowel with any other vowel and we get this word, we can add this to the result. In this case, U is a vowel and we can replace this with O, so we can return an array with this. Remember, once again, this is the source of truth. Now, what happens if we have this query and this is word list? And remember, we have two possible actions. We can change capitalization or we can change vowels. And in this case, we can never reach this source of truth. So we add to the result an empty array. Let's start small here. Let's say we're given this again. And the result is obvious. We need to replace this with lowercase b. Now the thing is, how can we solve this? And the key here is to find some common ground among these words and these queries. Let's see what I mean with this. Here we can have uppercase and lowercase characters, and here we can have uppercase and lowercase characters. So one possible common ground is to transform every word here into lowercase and every word here into lowercase. That's how we can have a map in which we have the processed word in word list as a key and the original word as a value. And we are doing this for every word in word list. So in this case, we are adding the processed word, meaning this in lowercase. This is the key. And we are adding the original word as a value. And now when we are iterating queries, we are processing this word in the same way. First, we transform this into lowercase, so we get blue with lowercase b. And we are checking if we have this in our map. And we have it right here, so we can add this to the result. And regarding vowels, let's say we're given this. Here the only different character is this one. And the obvious solution here is to replace this with a U. And we can have something very similar. We can build a map where we are storing every word here and we are replacing every vowel with an asterisk. So the processed word in this case is BL asterisk asterisk. And the value for this is the source of truth, this word, blue. So now when we are iterating queries, we can process each word in the same way. So here we have BL asterisk, because this is a vowel, asterisk. And we are checking if we have this in our map, and we have it right here. So we can add this to the result. Now let's say we have this. Remember, we are storing every character here, every vowel, as an asterisk. And the problem here is that we are combining two rules. This is an uppercase B and this is lowercase b. So what we can do also to find some common ground is to transform each character here to lowercase. So in this case, we are storing B in lowercase, L asterisk asterisk. And the value for this is the original word, B with uppercase L U E. So then we process this query in the exact same way. The process query is B L asterisk asterisk. And now we are looking if we have this query in this map, and we have it right here, so we can add this to a result. And there's one more thing to consider here. Let's say we're given this, and we know that if we process this, we get BL asterisk asterisk. If we process this, we get exactly the same. And if we process this regarding vowels, we get exactly the same. Now, the thing is that we have this exact word right here. And whenever a query exactly matches a word, we can just add the source of truth, this word, to the result. Or this query is the same in this case. So with this word list and this query, we return a result with BLOE. So the first thing we can do is to build a set to store each word in word list as it is. And the first thing we are checking for each query is if we have the query in our set. So we are calling this perfect. This is a set with these words. And now when we are iterating queries, the first thing we need to do is to check if we have this word in our set, and we have it right here. So we add this to the result. Now the final thing to consider is right here. What this means is, remember, right now we have a set for words in word list, and we have two maps, one for capitalization and the other one for vowels. Let's build this map. We first add blue with lowercase. This is the processed word, and the value for this is this. Next we are here, so we add BLOE, and the value is the same. And we have another map for vowels. Remember, here we are transforming each word in lowercase, and we are replacing vowels with asterisk. So for this word, we have B in lowercase, L asterisk asterisk. And the value for this is the source of truth, the original word. So B in uppercase, LUE. And when we are here, we have this exact same key. And given that we already have a value for this key, we can skip this. Why? Well, because we need to return the first match that we find in word list. And we know that this, after processing, is BL asterisk asterisk. And we have this key here and here, but this is the first match that we find. So we need to store this in our map. If we are given this query, we return this. If we are given this query, first we are checking if we have the exact same word up here, meaning we check this. Then we check if we have this query, but with a capitalization difference up here, and we don't. We have completely different words. And next we are checking this regarding vowels. We process this, we get this key, and we have this key in our map vowels, so we return this word. So this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. And maybe you're wondering, why are we following this order? And this is because we are moving from the most specific things to less specific things. Here, the most specific thing that we are checking is if we have this exact same query as a word in word list. That's why we use a set, and that's why this is the first step. Here we are checking something that's a little bit less specific. We are checking if we have the exact same word, but the capitalization for some character or characters is different. And if we are here, we know that we have different capitalization or different characters or both. That's why we transform everything into lowercase and we replace vowels with asterisk. As you can see, there's a lot going on here, and this is quite tricky, honestly, or at least for me. So now let's go with the code and hopefully you will get the idea. First, we need to build a set and two maps. The set is perfect. The first map is for the capitalization rule. Just to be clear, here every key is the word in lowercase and every value is the original word, the source of truth. Remember, this is very important. And we are doing something very similar for vowels. We have an empty map, and here every key represents the word in lowercase and an asterisk for every vowel. And the value is the source of truth, the original word. Okay? And now we can iterate every word in word list for W in word list. And first we do perfect dot add the current word, and the word in lowercase is W dot lower. And first we can add to capitalization at the current word. But remember, it might be the case that we already have something for this key. In this case, we want to keep the value that we have here. So if not L in cap, we do this. And we are doing something very similar for the second map. First, the processed string is a new string. We can build a string with join like this. And we need an asterisk if the current character is a vowel. Else we keep the character as it is for every character in lowercase. Remember, here we are using lowercase for every character and we are replacing vowels with an asterisk. So if not P in vowels, vowels P is the source of truth, the current word. Now we can iterate every query and build the result. So this is initially an empty array, and for every query in queries, if the current query is in perfect, we add to the result the current query and continue. Sorry, this is continue. If we are still here, next we want to check the first map. The lowercase word for the current word is q.lower, and if L in cap res append cap at the current word in lowercase, and we just continue. Now if we are still here, we want to check the second map, and for this we need to process the current query. So the process query is the same as before. We can use join, and we need an asterisk if the current character is a vowel, else we keep the character as it is for C in L. And if the process string is in vowels, we add to the result vowels at the process string, and we just continue. Now, if we are still here, this means we haven't found any match. So we can add to the result an empty string. And finally, we can return the result. So this is it for the code. I think this is right. Let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. Here time complexity will be big O of W plus Q. Of course, this is the amount of words in word list times the characters for the largest word, and the same goes for queries. And space complexity is basically big O of W, or W times the characters for the largest word. So this is it for the code. If you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.